Take a seat, Mr. Fox.
If it's all the same to you, I'll stand. Where's Bertram?
He's cherishing deep secrets. He's left us.
Well, we all have secrets.
Indeed.
So come on, what was this whole thing with the 7 deadly sins then?
Well, as you said, Mr. Fox, we all have secrets. But as they say, what is committed in darkness will come to light.
Not me.
Mr. Fox, where is my wife?
I beg your pardon?
My wife! Where is she?
What, is this some kind of a joke or something?
Only if you call £20 million a joke.
Look, I don't know your wife. And before tonight, I'd never met you. Oh, come on, I'm not Wheeler. I don't drink and I don't smoke, and I certainly do not lie with loose women.
I didn't say my wife was a loose woman. I asked you where she was.
Look, I have no idea. And if the £20 million question is, where is your wife, then forget it. I haven't a clue.
Do you know Shirley Evans?
No.
Think about it, Mr. Fox. It is important.
I do not know Shirley Evans. Do you know what? You might be able to find the kind of answers that you're looking for if both of you were more honest.
Honest, Mr. Fox? Have we been dishonest, Max? We've carried out Mr. Montgomery's wishes to the letter.
Well, come on, show me the will.
This is the last will and testament of Edward Charles Montgomery. I, Edward Charles Montgomery, resident at Holland Park Hill, being in sound and disposing mind and memory, and not being actuated by stress, duress, menace, fraud, mistake, or undue influence.
Let me read it, please. What am I doing here?
You are entitled to a lot of money. The Colonel needs to be sure that you actually deserve it.
And what about the others?
The same applies to them.
Oh, come on, that room was a setup. The character types mirroring the 7 deadly sins, that was no coincidence. That was so contrived. So come on, which sin am I?
Mr. Fox.
Which am I?
Are you angry, Mr. Fox?
No, I just don't like to stand by and witness injustice.
Where is my wife?
I don't know! Your wife! What? This is your wife?
Where is she?
Look, I don't know. I don't know her.
Perhaps you'd like to look at the photograph again.
Now listen, Colonel. Look, she's a very pretty woman, and I'm sure I would remember if I did know her.
She's indeed a beautiful woman.
Well, if you're so convinced that I know her, then please enlighten me.
Crazy Jack's Wine Bar. Ealing, November 18th. 6:18, you're at the bar. 2 ladies walk in. Shirley Evans is one of them.
Can we please not talk about this? Can we just not talk about this?
You opened the door.
Look, I didn't do anything wrong, but do it again!
She was my wife.
I was trying to help. I was at the bar and a group of nutcases, I saw them come in. They were catcalling. You know, that was the first time I saw them. They sent drinks over to the women and eventually they went over to join them.
You are a liar. You denied knowing her, and you do know her. You denied meeting her, and you did meet her.
I didn't meet her. They all seemed to be having fun at first, and then things started to go sour. There was a little pushing and shoving, and one of the women, Shirley, she slapped one of the guys, and he just went crazy. He just hit her with his fist.
So what did you do?
It was nothing to do with me.
You cannot stand by and witness injustice? You were called to report forth of a gang of Hutus single-handedly to protect a young Tutsi family, taking 5 bullets in the process. That's who you are. Surely you did something. There were 5 fat city boys with turmeric drink inside them. They would have been no match for you. I saw you on the news, receiving your golden olive. You are a hero. If only you'd raised your voice. If only you called out to them just once to stop, just once, then perhaps I wouldn't be here tonight asking you the whereabouts of my wife, beaten so badly that night that she would be in intensive care for 10 days. I could beat you now. The way they beat her.
Look, what do you want from me?
I want nothing from you.
What can I do?
Something, anything. Instead, you sat there and did nothing because the cameras weren't rolling and no one was watching. You make out you're a hero, receiving awards, mixing with celebrities, but you stood by and did nothing when it would have been so easy to just reach out a hand. You are not getting a penny of Montgomery's money, folks. You are not worthy.
Oh, come on, Colonel, please listen to me. Colonel, listen. Look. I saw her outside when the whole thing had calmed itself down. She was really badly beaten. I did offer to give her the taxi fare home, but she said that she would be all right.
Get him out of my sight!
Listen to me, I'm begging you, Colonel. Colonel, you have to listen to what I'm going to say. Colonel!
Seven deadly sins. Someone clearly defined. Others less so. Does that make them any less deadly? Some would argue it made them more so. What was Edward Charles trying to achieve by bringing us all here? He used the promise of inheritance, wealth beyond our dreams. But there's something deeper, something more spiritual he wants us to learn.
But what? We banged on those doors earlier, hurrying to get out. Now, they're no longer locked, yet no one tries to leave. What is it we want? What is it I want? That's what keeps me here. To find the truth. Perhaps it is absolution. My soul cries. My body aches. My mind spins with confusion. I am consumed with guilt for a crime that I may well have committed, but one of which I'm totally unaware. I accept punishment, but for how long? How can I seek forgiveness when I know not whom I have wronged? In my despair, I sought solace in my appetite. I would indulge without shame, inhibition, or integrity. And only once, when all around me was devoured, would I find comfort. In time, I would come to learn that a sin less clearly defined is no less deadly. For gluttony became my crack cocaine. I was its slave. I would steal for it, lie for it, cheat, kill, die for it. It was my God, my leash, my idol. Yet no one would ask. No one offered a hand. mind's played fingers, eyes blinkered with prejudice, would mock. They led me to it. They drove me there. On my journey, I finally realised that no one cares without reward. To appease their conscience, they berate, placate, and then medicate. Stripped of all control, I fight back the only way I know how, with the only weapon I have. I reject gluttony, appetite, and its control. In my cubicle, when no one is watching, I am free. In my bathroom, I have control. It's my body, and I am in control.
Get a room. When did it all get so cosy?
Just trying to show a little brotherly love. You know, Megan, when you came in earlier, my heart actually skipped a beat in a way that would be quite difficult to explain. In fact, I'd be rather embarrassed to explain. Just trying to be civilized. Would you rather us behave like animals?
Interesting. Who you choose to be civilised with. I don't see you offering Pierce if it matters.
I didn't offer, I was asked. And if Pierce wants his feet massaged, I'd be happy to oblige.
No, thank you.
Well, what about everyone else?
Who else?
Anyone, Simone?
I guess that just leaves you, Megan.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Megan, there's nothing sinister or underhand going on here. If you'd like your feet massaged, I'd be happy to oblige.
I wouldn't be caught dead with you rubbing my feet.
Okay.
Why would I want you to rub my feet?
I was simply saying I wasn't excluding you.
I don't want to be included.
Fine.
If I wanted my feet rubbed, would I come to you? No.
Okay.
What is so special about her?
She's a lady. That makes her special.
I'm a lady.
Oh, you're special too.
Someone obviously doesn't think so. Someone isn't desperate enough to need to share.
Ladies, please, I really don't mind.
We do! You've no idea what it's like, do you, Wheeler, for either of us?
Well, speak for yourself. You have no insight into my world.
That's where you're wrong, Miss Thin.
I've lived and breathed your world. I've lived it here all my life. And when I couldn't take it anymore, I ran away to the deepest, darkest part of Africa, where I could
Be rid of you and your kind. And you know what? After 10 years of remission, your world shows up like the cancer you are.
I can be a good wife, a good mother. I doubt you even have a womb.
I could slap you down right now for saying something like that to me. Any smart comments from you, and I will slap you too. I don't know what your problem is with me, and I really don't care. Your issues were going to come, and they were going to find you, and they were going to destroy whatever life you're trying to build for yourself. Because that's what issues do. They keep on coming until you stand up and face them. Now, I don't know who hurt you or why, But you need to face it, sister. Face it before it kills you.
I was happy once. Married to an ambitious professional man. Beautiful daughter. We were the ideal family. But with ambition brought its own demands, its own baggage. I admit we cope with it in very different ways. People say it was wrong of me to leave my family.
But how could they know what was right or wrong for me? How could they know without living there in that house with me? I played by all the rules. I did all the right things. But I was never congratulated. I was never rewarded, even acknowledged.
I found peace in Africa. I found respect. All the things I've searched for all my life, I found in villages where children were dying, adults were starving. I found love. Could I explain it? Did I understand it? No. I just didn't want it to end. And then Vince and Raquel showed up. Who? My husband, Vince, and my daughter, Raquel.
You?
I guess she thought I'd be shorter.
I didn't know that you worked for Command.
That would have made all the difference. All my life I've been envious of women like you. Your school uniform, although bought from the same shop, always hung on you as though it had been designed by Amanda Wakefield herself. Your hair, never a strand out of place. Was it never difficult for your parents to send you on every school trip? You had everything. Even your breast developed a year earlier than everyone else.
Megan, I didn't even go to your school.
There was one of you in every school and uni. I just wanted to be your friend. And then I met Vince. And he persuaded me I didn't need to be the popular girl, or the rich girl, or the pretty girl. I was beautiful in my own right.
I wasn't sure at first. I thought I had to do all the things the other girls were doing. But he convinced me we didn't. I was so happy. And a few years later, Raquel came along. I finally had something I could call my own family. And then you.
No one sets out to wreck another person's marriage. I hardly have time to consider a relationship, let alone build one. Vince and I stumbled across each other in the Reaper graphics.
Oh, spare me the blow-by-blow.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
You were sleeping with my husband! How was that not supposed to hurt?
I'm sorry. I know that it doesn't make it any better, but I am sorry.
Thanks. Thanks, Esther. Thanks for saying so. One thing I have to ask, and I hope you don't mind.
No.
Vince brought Raquel out to see me in Africa. He said he came to show me what I was missing back in England. said he came to bring me home. He wanted us to be a family again.
I gave up everything I had out there to start again and rebuild my family. So tell me, Esther, if you never meant to hurt me, why are you still sleeping with me?
And I thought you were the one with the secret, Megan.
We all have secrets. We just don't expect them to be aired in public.
What do you expect? Another medal? Or is this for you a trophy hunt? You told me I should face my fears, and the truth is, I didn't think I could. But seeing you here tonight, watching and hearing you speak, I realise there is nothing about you for me to envy. There is nothing about you I should want or need. So I will tell you once and for all, don't ever come near my husband or my family again.
You will be pleased to know that the evening is drawing to a close.
It's Esther. She's the command pilot, apparently.
Mr. Pierce, would you like to come with me?
Me?
Yes, the Colonel will see you now. He wants to keep you.
Well, where's Bertrand and Fultz?
They're not here. The Colonel will explain everything.
Needs must, I suppose.
Mr. Pierce, do you believe you deserve a share of Mr. Edward Charles Montgomery's fortune?
Excuse me. I'm the only sane one you've got in that room. The rest are a bunch of crackpots.
Where is my wife?
Pretty lady, but we've never met.
Are you sure?
Well, not as far as I can recall. Why? Are you telling me that we have?
How much are you worth?
I don't really know.
If you did know, how much would it be?
Well, 2 million, perhaps 3 million. But my family...
I didn't ask you about your family.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to be helpful.
That lady in the photograph died tragically 4 days ago.
I am sorry.
She was my wife. I'm trying to retrace her step the night she died, find out who she met and why.
I've never met her. We've never met.
Your movements on the 22nd, please, Mr. Pierce.
Oh, that's easy. There'd been a successful day at the office. There'd been some talk of a hostile takeover bid, but we've managed to resist it. So a few of us went out for a couple of quiet drinks to celebrate. Nothing ordinary, nothing special.
Where did you go for drinks?
Well, I don't see why...
Where did you go?
Basil's Wine Bar, just off of Charing Cross Road. I got a taxi there, didn't meet anybody on the way. I stepped out of the taxi and straight into the wine bar. Wait a minute. There was a woman. Not your wife, though. This one was dirty. Looked like she'd been sleeping rough for some time. She came up to me just as I was about to go into the wine bar. Took me totally by surprise. She came out of nowhere.
What does she want?
Oh, what they all want. Money. That's it. It couldn't have been your wife. This one kept going on about having 3 kids to support and a husband that was never around. The usual sob story.
So what did you do?
Well, I just stepped past her and said, "Not today, thank you very much."
You killed my wife.
Hang on. I never laid a hand on her. I barely even spoke to her, as far as I'm concerned. Once I stepped into the bar, she just moved on to the next pub.
Don't you see, Pierce, by not helping her, you set in motion the chain of events that would lead to her death.
That chain of events was set in motion long before she ever met me. Now listen, Colonel, there has to be a point at the end of the day where you can switch off, from where you can say, that's my day job, but right now, I'm off duty.
You think that's how it works? You think that's how it should be? If you were in a road traffic accident, and the surgeon who could save your life should be able to say, that's my day job, and right now I am off duty.
Oh no!
Well, what then, Pierce?
Look, these people are always begging and I'm always giving.
And you're getting pretty tired of it.
Yes!
For heaven's sake, why don't they just back off and let us enjoy a drink with our friends?
Yes!
Bumping into you with their smelly clothes stinking of urine, leaving their smell on your Hugo Boss.
Oh yes, that is the irritating thing. Oh. And when friends see these people hanging on to you, you have to explain it away like you've got some kind of obligation.
Why don't they just die and stop hassling you altogether?
Oh, yes. Well, I didn't actually say that, but if it were possible, they could.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce.
You know I was joking, right?
Max, please show Mr. Pierce out.
Now hang on, Colonel. It's not me, it's the others. Not wanting to be seen with some drug-crazed, license-hefted, low-life tramp is hardly the detestable act we've been trying to uncover.
What she wanted from you was £2.50 for a tuna salad sandwich. She didn't get it, so she carried on begging until she was offered a lot more. For a lot more! Not being an experienced woman, things got out of hand. They fought, and he strangled her. You will have to live with that, Mr. Pierce. As will I. Max, show Mr. Pierce out.
Colonel, I am a man of means. I'm sure we can come to some arrangement.
These are the instructions of Edward Charles Montgomery as outlined in his will. Unfortunately, Mr. Pierce, not even you can negotiate with the dead.
But Colonel,
Mr. Pierce, Max will see you out!
You've not seen the last of me! My daddy's legal team will have a field day with this! Just is not my words!
Father, forgive them. They know not what they do.
Not a very productive evening, sir.
The evening isn't over yet, Max.
True, we've yet to speak to Mr. Wheeler.
Edward Charles Montgomery made it very clear. It is not our role to judge. They will judge themselves. Anyone who truly embodies the command ideology will receive the promised inheritance.
But they all came to have embodied it. By sacrificing commercial opportunities to pursue a career of command implies it. They are not stupid. They could have chosen a different path.
So the question is, why aren't they? On the surface, they all appear to be ideal. Now, come along, Max. We mustn't jump the gun. It's time to talk to Mr. Wheeler. You go ahead. I'll be along shortly.
Sir.
Wheeler, stop pacing. It's distracting.
It's fine for you, your head full of fantasies. This is a real-life situation I'm trying to fix here.
Oh, there's nothing to fix, Wheeler. My stance is clear.
Okay, so why can't we all get along now? We were all fine until her big dramatic reveal.
So you think that things are better left unsaid? Better swept under the carpet?
Well, hello, if it isn't Tweedledee and no Tweedledum. What have you done with the others? Eaten them?
We'd like to apologise for the inconvenience this evening.
You keep apologising. We just want to know what's happening.
What's happening is that it's a three-way split. We worked out your nice little drama with the 7 deadly whatevers. Nice touch. The way I've got it calculated, we are the ones smelling of roses.
Did Miss Ambe not teach you anything? Oh, Miss Groves. Oh, Miss Parkin. Hardly paragons of virtue.
No. But you're not writing me out because of her jealousy. She's the one with the issue. She won't keep her claws out of my relationship.
It was my husband.
It's over. Let go and move on.
And when her husband saw the error of his ways and decided to return to his wife and child, what did you do?
The error of his ways. Why put it like that? He was simply confused. He felt he had some moral obligation which negated how he really felt.
Like a marriage, a wife and a child.
He doesn't love you anymore.
Simone, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's £10 million each.
No. No. I've come too far. I have worked too hard. I've done everything that has been asked of me. You need me to smile, I smiled. You need tears, I cried on cue. I kissed babies, held hands as mothers passed away. It was me who convinced the Koreans to provide those wells when everyone else walked away. When my colleagues dropped the ball, I picked up the slack. I have carried command on my broad black shoulders for 4 years. You think I did all of that for the good of my health? Or to dangle that stupid piece of metal around my neck in front of cameras? I can't eat that. I can't pay the bills with it. It's worthless. In Chennai, 2 miles from Ground Zero, where people are sleeping under the stars and practically starving to death, just 2 miles away, there are people. They're countrymen, living in mansions, hosting parties, generating enough waste that if shared amongst those in need, would put Command and all other charities out of business. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that isn't the case in Japan, in Chile, in Mexico, Louisiana, Africa, or any other site that you care to mention. The only thing that makes a difference is money. That's me. It's human nature. Call it greed. Dress it up as the 7 deadly sins and play party games all you want. But I've been poor. And I've been rich. And being poor is not cutting it for me. Survival of the fittest. Colonel, surely you can understand. I give and I give because I care. My heart bleeds when I see the suffering, and I just know I don't want to end up like that. I can't end up like that.
So you attach yourself to a man that can never be yours. Another woman's husband. And to do this and claim love would be bad enough. But to destroy the life of another woman and her child, purely to stabilize your own bank balance, is truly detestable.
Now, I am no saint, but I do not carry around baggage like that. Surely I'm okay. Surely. No. You can't do this. I did my time. I paid the price. I was open and honest about this. Command knew this before I joined them. You can't drag this up, Colonel. This cannot follow me for the rest of my life.
What is it?
It's a woman.
It's a liar. That's who it is.
She said she was 17. I swear it was consensual. She admitted it. I was exonerated. I am clean.
It is not your intimate relationship with this woman I'm interested in, Mr. Wheeler.
Sex with a minor and you're not interested. How much more detestable do you want? He's a predator. He's had his tongue out all evening.
Bertrand was right. You're all lesbians.
A detestable crime indeed, Miss Hanvey, one for which Mr. Wheeler did serve a prison sentence. Her later claims against Mr. Wheeler that he had forced her were thrown out once the judge heard the details of their relationship.
So if you know this, why bring her up? Why show the photograph?
Mr. Wheeler, she is now my wife, and it is my duty, whatever her faults, to nurture her, encourage her, and to help her to be the best she can be.
And that's my problem. How exactly?
3 years ago, you led a convoy of command truck across the southern Andes of Chile to raise public awareness of command and to put them in the consciousness of the people by having to combat weather, terrain, guerrilla warfare, government bureaucracy, to bring relief to millions. You were sought after by the media, book deals, movie makers, and I believe they even wanted you to create your own curry sauce.
I made money out of it, sure. But it was all above board. Not a cent dodgy, not a dime of backhander. I'm sorry, Colonel. If that is all you have, then it's time for you to arrange the transfer.
You stood in front of the Prime Minister with millions watching at home. You said you would do anything and everything in your power to help those less fortunate than yourself. You said you wanted your legacy to be that of man of the people, that you always wanted to be champion for the people.
Where is he going with all this? I'm clean. Puerto Natalis. That is where he is going with this.
Puerto Natalis is my town. I poured money into that town. I got local business and central government involved with Puerto Natalis. That is my town.
Take another look at the photograph.
What is this? How do you do that? How do you change it? What is going
That's
on?
not
Who are you
important.
people?
That's not important. The question is, who are you, Mr. Wheeler? You stood in front of the world's media on 2 occasions. You took an oath that this would not happen again.
I got to far northeast China.
And they follow me there.
I go to South America. They find me. What am I to do? I told her no. I wasn't interested in her. I only wanted her father's business. But he wouldn't sell. Stupid fool. I was going to make him a rich man. I had all the cards stacked up, and I wasn't trying to stitch him up. He wants to say no to me. Up in the Andes, I am king. I could have brought all kinds of hell to his door. I'm a businessman. And we all know in this life, everything has its price. Everything. I just asked him to name his. But he wouldn't. The fool. I spoke to his wife. His daughter begged them to talk to me, but they refused to listen. What were they trying to protect? A barren piece of rock?
It was his rock.
I wanted it! It was a final piece in the jigsaw that completed everything. The Chilean government would not give me the millions in grant in aid unless I
area.
So you killed him?
He killed himself.
You killed him as sure as if you threw him over the cliff yourself.
I resisted her. I respected her. When he sent her to me to try to open the door to me, I respected her. I'm not that kind of guy anymore. I wasn't interested in her. I wasn't interested in his wife or him. And I certainly wasn't interested in sharing any part of that Haulage empire with any of them. It was mine. I worked hard for it. I risked everything for it. Nothing. Nobody was going to stand in my way. So, back of me, Colonel. I could have had his daughter, but that is not what I wanted. I got what I wanted back then, and I'm going to get what I want now. I don't care how you do it. Cash or check.
He's done it. He's beaten us.
What is lust, Mr. Wheeler?
Lust is when you want to have sex with a woman, or a man, as the case may be. It consumes you. You want to have it at whatever cost, which did not happen to me. Cut my check.
Lust, Mr. Wheeler, is a compelling drive or desire for gratification at all costs. Usually, but not exclusively, sexual. You looked at my wife, and you did lust. You looked at my daughter, and you did lust. You looked at the little mountain town of Puerto Natales, and you did lust. When no one was watching, you drove an old Mesitos family to take their lives rather than give up the 8x8 shack in which they called home. Edward Charles Montgomery is very proud of the effort each of you have made, and some will continue to make for humanitarian causes around the world. In the eyes of the media, and in the eyes of the public, you are good people, and ostensibly you are, but you're all living a lie. What the public finds, and what the media finds when it shines its spotlight into your life is very important. But who are you? Who you really are when no one is watching is what reveals your true characters. Edward Charles Montgomery was very aware of this, which is why we have endured this exercise this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, you are bequeathed an inheritance which will be placed in trust on your behalf, and there it shall remain. Edward Charles implores each of you to search your soul and rid your character of any trace of these sins, for indeed they are deadly. Wherever a trace is found, cut deep and remove the cancer, for you've seen tonight how evil they are. Begin your search even now, for I will summon you to this mansion again at some time in the future, where your fortunes will be released from trust and handed over to you. But Edward Charles is adamant. It will only be released to those found worthy. Thank you, and good night.